The story of the player that is too dumb to feel pressure. In this video, we are going to about the soccer player who was too stupid to feel pressure made me giggle, but I also thought the narrative raised some pretty intriguing points. It was about this kid named Cole Palmer, who despite his sometimes low IQ appearance, was actually really good, and his talent was mostly misunderstood. His goal made me wonder, who's the basketball equivalent? Who's the guy in the NBA that is so fearless it's logically insane, so numb to the pressure that they must be stupid? A few players immediately came to mind, especially after that NBA Finals fiasco. But that feels more like a single lapse in judgment than anything else. Hill fails to. When J.R. Smith revives it, you can feel it. LeBron James is wide open on the top when he gets the rebound, which is a bad mistake by J.R. Smith. He has one of the worst high school GPAs in NBA history, but he's a great playmaker and obviously feels pressure, so he gives it up. Oh, it's right there. J.R. Smith thought they had the lead. Simmons undisputedly had a layup, but he let it go to you. At that point, you realize the game is in your head, and the lines begin to link between the successful and the foolish. Fearless, but at a great personal cost. This is the story of an NBA player whose basketball IQ and personality have perplexed us all. And the most bizarre part is that he's just getting hit by his teammate after making cold-blooded shots and winning games. Something is going on in his brain that prevents him from feeling pressured like a normal human being. Began when Jordan P. first set foot on an NBA court. He played as if he didn't know or care about the stakes. He was a player who took shots that other rookies wouldn't dare try, and he was fearless when attacking cork. That confidence swiftly translated into results over 3 years, as his scoring increased from 8.8 points per game in his rookie year to 12 to 18.5 points per game in 2022, securing his position as a vital member of the Warriors' offense. Jordan has helped us win a lot of games and made a lot of big plays. He gained notoriety for his long-range shooting, making 7.6 threes per game and hitting 36% of them. He was also comfortable pulling up from any spot on the court, leaving fans shaking their heads until they somehow fell through the net, and then there was the incredible finals run P. However, the thing that made Jordan Poole so captivating on his best nights also made him a liability when things started to go wrong. His shooting efficiency plummeted, shooting just 43% from the field and 33% from three-point range, which was a sharp decline from his final form. With 4.5 assists per game, either Poole's assist rate was among the lowest among starting guards. He wasn't producing for teammates like other elite point guards like Tyrese Halton, who average more points per game than Poe but post an assist percentage of almost 40%. Instead, P appeared to set in his ways, frequently choosing contested shots over making the extra pass. If the opponents in the front row stopped supporting him and started to become his worst enemy, his turnover rate increased to 14%. Additionally, errors kept adding up after each highlight reshot, costing the Warriors possessions and ultimately victories. This wasn't simply a physical hit. It was the culmination of a growing team fury. During that season, Jordan P's bold confidence was beginning to irritate his teammates. While on some nights he displayed the brilliance that made him so valuable during the Warriors' title run, more often than not, his reckless play was bringing the team down. When P attempted more than 15 shots, the Warriors' winning percentage fell below 50%. Jordan Poole's difficulties became even more noticeable when he came off the bench. As a starter, he averaged almost 25 points per game and 45% shooting, but when he came off the bench, his shooting fell to 41%, and his turnover rate increased to 3.1 points per game. It seemed as though he needed the stability of an experienced coach to play within a system, and when he was left on his own, the game descended into chaos, and he, for Jordan Poole, was traded to the Washington Wizards, a team in dire need of a star player, last season in 2023 to 2024, because the Warriors had hoped that P would develop into a more disciplined player. However, by the end of the season, It was evident that things weren't working out. That was supposed to be P's chance to prove that he could be the centerpiece of an NBA franchise. Without Steph, Clay, or Dre to lean on, this was the moment to show that his fearlessness could translate into leadership. But instead, it exposed his weaknesses even further as the focal point of the offense pool struggled to make the right reads. Often choosing difficult shots over open teammates, Poole scoring dipped to 17.4 points per game. His efficiency hit rock bottom and his turnovers ballooned to a career-high 3.1 turnovers per game. The Wizards finished at the bottom of the NBA standings with a 15-67 record, and Poole's rating an abyssal 11.1 for all the shots that P.O. made. There were too many moments where he looked lost, unable to generate consistent offense or lead his team in any meaningful way. Basically, without the stability of Golden State's system, Poole seemed very dumb this time. In a bad way, but Jordan Poole still has the potential to turn things around in actuality. His fearlessness isn't a flaw, it's a feature. It's the reason he's been able to succeed at such a high level. Like Kobe has mentioned in the past, great shooters are always thinking about their next shot, not the ones they missed before. The key for P is finding the balance between that confidence and some discipline. He needs to refine his decision-making, understand when to take the shot and when to pass. It's not really about changing who he is, but about playing smarter. Thankfully, the Wizards seem to recognize this in the offseason. The Wizards brought in veteran players to support Poe and help him grow. Jonas Valanciunas' leadership and rim protection will be provided by a consistent presence in the paint. How did you feel about Jonas Valanciunas' signing? I was playing a practical joke by letting P concentrate on scoring goals rather than taking on the defensive load, and suddenly Malcolm Brogdon appeared, posing as an accomplished guard who could manage the ball and lead the attack. Because of Brogdon, Poole doesn't need to be the main creator of plays. Instead, he can focus on his strongest suit, which is making stops. Saddiq Bey adds another layer of versatility, giving P more room to work. The team feels the pressure, even though Jordan P wouldn't have noticed it. This could be exactly what the team and Poole need to regain confidence without going into irresponsibility. Trust your teammates. This guy is the limit and has the opportunity to rediscover the form that made him such a valuable piece in Golden State. Jordan Poole is 24 years old, and his journey is far from done. He is still young, learning, and developing. His story is one of opposites. He is both talented and frustrating, reckless and fearless. But if he can find a balance, the future is bright. If you've ever admired Michael Jordan's greatness, I think you'll love this free meditation that I made that will open your Jordan pool of fearlessness without making you unaware of the outside world. It's based on his winning mindset. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below with your thoughts.